Hey, this is Pablo LSP Data, and today I wanted to walk you through some interesting county-related documents, or what they call instruments, in every county in Texas. And I get this question asked quite a bit, right? Like, how do I get ahead of foreclosures? And obviously, we're always working towards getting additional data to help our customers find off-market deals and just kind of get ahead of the competition. So what I wanted to show you here is basically just an output of ChatGPT and some of the county-related instruments that are relevant for foreclosure. So think of when someone's falling behind their payments, right? Usually there'll be a substitute of trustee, right? So here's a quick kind of definition of things that may happen, or maybe someone gets a lien, whether that's a mechanic's lien, and a lot of them end up going into a judgment, right? Or an order of sale. So if someone's falling behind payments, obviously there's a whole process for that. But I'll include this information in a spreadsheet in which you'll have access to download as well, which gives you a time frame of when you can reach out and maybe get an opportunity for purchase. But for now, let's take it back, right? So most counties have a county clerk district office, right? And you can search for your local county, right? In this case, if I'm looking for San Antonio county clerk, it's Bexar County. If it's Harris County, Galveston, Fort Bend. Again, this video is specifically for Texas-based counties. And basically, let's say we were to look into Bexar, right? There's a way to just easily search for those, right? And basically, whether there's a notice or, again, there's things like Lis Pendens or judgment, right? You can click on that specific document and review it, right, manually. So that's going to give you an idea of what situation is like, right? For me, because there's a lot of this document types that I'm not too familiar with, I went ahead and grabbed most of them, just the document names. Like some are pretty straightforward, right? Like bankruptcy. Again, there's some if I type pendants, right? Lis Pendens. So at that point, those are indicators that most likely those specific that's property is going to go into a foreclosure, right? Or it's going to go into auction. So I did quite a bit of analysis in foreclosed properties, right? And then looking historically into what instrument types were filed beforehand, right? And again, that's how I came up with this list here, which you'll have access to. And again, you can go through it and search for manual records, right? The challenging bit is obviously this is manual, but that's going to get you ahead of the competition, especially if you're doing things locally or if you have a limited budget, or if you have a small team, maybe you're a one-person team, right? So for us, and again, just to step back, right? If you come across your particular county, because each county is slightly different, right? Some of the acronyms that they may use may be slightly different, but ultimately throughout Texas, I found it to be very consistent. But what I'm saying is that whatever specific acronyms gets utilized here, it may be different for other counties, right? So what I would say is if you have any questions, just ask ChatGPT, right? And maybe ask it to give you some relevant ones, right? So that's going to make it easier for you to go and search for a specific document type, right? And that's going to narrow it down because there's so many records that happen. There's a lot of deed of trust and title changes, etc., right? So those are what I consider just false positives, or just regular transactions that happens when someone purchases a property, right? So again, for our use case, we're interested in highly relevant instrument types that may lead to a foreclosure. So again, you can either go and do this manually, or you can take advantage of our new services, right? So we've recently added this county data for Texas for now. So focus on Texas real quick. But I just want to show you how easy it is to filter or find relevant distress factors, right? So in this case, let's jump straight to Bexar, right? So I just opened it before this started this video. So here we can literally just select or do multiple selections, right? Like maybe there's a mortgage issue, there's a notice of potential foreclosure, right? We'll work on making this a little bit more descriptive, right? But for now, you can easily go in here and basically filter through them, right? So anyways, each county has different selections here. So for now, I'm showing you Bexar for San Antonio. Again, is going to give you this information. The data should be up to date, right? We work in a subscription-based model. And then from here, as you can see, there's this properties, right? And you'll get more information about the property. Maybe you're interested in single family properties or vacant lots, etc., right? So that makes it super easy to find this information, right? And let's say you're interested in just absentee owners, right? Maybe individual owners as well, because it's going to make it easier for you to skip trace, right? So it's as simple as that, right? And then it's as simple as exporting this to an Excel spreadsheet, and then super easy to just upload it to your skip tracing service, right? Again, so this is a quick example. I'm not going to show the names, but as you can see, you get all the relevant information that you would, right, with any other data provider. Again, that was for Bexar, right? But let's say we want to do Harris County, or let's say we want to do Tarrant, right? Or even Denton. So it depends on what area you're at as well, right? We have other information as well. So I'll make another video another time, but we also have some of our counties also include sort of some consumer debt data types as well, or evictions, right? But in this video, we're focusing on this county doc or instrument, right? So again, Lis Pendens, liens, notice, etc., right? And again, if we went for, let's say we did Lis Pendens, which that's an indicator that the property is going to go into foreclosure, right? So let's go to Lis Pendens here, right? Search. Sometimes you can also see that there were other actions that took place beforehand in the civil court, right? So maybe there were some evictions beforehand, right? And you can always sort by the most recent one. So let's sort it here. So Lis Pendens, and some of them may have, for example, evictions. So maybe you're dealing with a tire landlord, right? Again, specific type of asset class and whatnot, right? We're going to continue working to give you more indicators, so that way you can have a list stacked options, right? So that way you're targeting very specific motivating folks with motivating factors, right? This is for Harris County, same thing. Let's say there's a Lis Pendens or bankruptcy. So again, makes it super simple to go in here and pull those records. So how can you access this, right? So again, if you look at our videos before, giving you quite a bit of value here, but if you're interested in this, right, just go to lspdata.io, county leads. We're going to add other states, but right now we're focusing on Texas, right? The next ones coming up should be Ohio and also Florida and Arizona, right? So if there's a specific counties or cities that you're doing real estate deals, just add it to the comments, and then that way maybe we can prioritize it and add it to our list of services, right? So we have two different types of subscriptions, right? One of them is the state subscription. So this gives you access to basically all of the counties we have available, right? And we don't have any limits as far as how much downloads you can, data you can pull a month, right? So you can subscribe to an entire state, or you can subscribe to a specific county, right? So if you're interested in, say, subscribing to Dallas County, download that, $99 a month. If you want to do a free trial, regardless of which platform you sign up with, you can always enter LSP data and you'll get a 7-day free trial, right? So that gives you enough time to go and play with the platform. Again, most of them are very, again, we know we're proud of our data, right? So most of our customers, it'll pay for itself once you close a few deals, right? But if you have any questions, again, add it to the comments. If you have any other specific questions, or do you need a demo, right? Or have any other questions about any other county, right? Because we're nationwide, especially for our code violation platform and a virtual driving for dollars. But again, if you have any questions, call us. Let's jump on a Zoom demo call, right? If you have any questions. If you have your own wholesaling operation or anything else as well, and if you just want to do consultation services, we also offer that, right? So I can answer questions about, where to get data, right? Especially in your local county, right? We're leveraging a lot of LLMs or AIs to process a lot of documents, right? So I know there's a few of you out there that may pay virtual assistants or someone else to do manual tasks, right? A lot of that we've operationalized it and automated it, right? So maybe we can help you with your business. So that way, maybe it's as simple as you receiving daily emails about new information, right? That for your specific county or specific courts. Again, I'll add this to the link so you can access that, and it gives you an idea of where to focus on. And again, feel free to try it. It's 7 days free trial. Thank you again for watching.